Right, so the purpose of this video is to guide you through setting up validation rules in Access. So we're going to start with the customer table first off. I'm going to demonstrate how you do it for a particular field, and then I want you to apply it to the other fields that I specify on the presentation at the end of this video. So we're going to start with the customer table first off, and we're going to go into design view for this table. And you'll notice that when you select your fields, at the bottom of the screen you have the properties for each individual field, and it's in here where we can set the validation rules to ensure that the field only accepts reasonable data. So the field in here that I'm going to start off with and demo for you is contact number, and you can see the validation rule that I've already put in place there to ensure that the user must enter at least 11 numbers or 11 numbers into that particular field. Okay, just to show you how I got that validation rule. If you load up a web browser and head off to Google and type in Access Validation Rules, the first link you should find should be to this site here, alanbrown.com/validation rule. And on this website, he's handily created the little bit of code that you need for different and most frequently used validation rules. And so the one that I was using there to make sure they enter at least 11 characters was this one, which currently requires the user to enter at least 8 characters. Well, to modify it, all I've done is add in a few more question marks. So if I copy that and head into Access and head to my validation rules section, and then add in my 3 question marks, 1, 2, 3, I have my first validation rule. It's acting like a length check to make sure at least 11 numbers have been entered. Okay. I've also in there, I've put a handy message there so that my user understands if they don't, or they accidentally don't meet the criteria for that rule, it tells them exactly what they've done wrong. Okay, so that's important as well, that you include validation text on each of your messages. Other validation that you could set up includes the required fields. So this is the same as a presence check essentially. So if you wanted to ensure that the user must enter data into that particular field, if it was important enough, then you would select yes. I'm not going to do that on this particular database because it can make it a bit of a nightmare later on when you're adding in data and you get these error messages popping up at you saying enter this, enter that. Okay, so we'll leave that one at no for now. The other thing you can change is the field size. So again, there shouldn't be anything more than 11 characters entered into this field, so I'm just going to limit that to 11 as well. Okay, so that's how you set up a validation rule. Let's just see if that's working or not. If I cross off the table and open up the datasheet view, in theory now if I try and enter a phone number and click out of this field, you can see there's my validation message. That's set up and working correctly. Okay, so all you guys need to do is just a couple of examples, further examples using the same idea. So using the validation code, you need to find the right validation rule, the right bit of code, make sure you enter a validation message. If you want to have a go at turning on a few required fields, you can do, and if you want to set appropriate field sizes, you can do as well, all of which will hopefully reduce the chance of human error on data entry. Off you go.